JB, you gotta check something here, because I can't believe, with the rich history of WPI football, that we are looking at their best start ever at 7-0 right now.
Yeah, it's 130 seasons in, and the 7-0 mark. They've been ranked #1 in the Grinnell New England football poll for a couple months now, and they control their own destiny. They're going to be trying to wrap up a NEWMAC title in the next couple weeks.
Well, we're going to talk about polls and kind of some shady dealings, I guess, ultimately coming up in a little bit in this interview. But first, we want to introduce 3 players, not just 1, not 2. But we're going for 3 in the true Delane Fitzgerald style of having multiple players on our show last year. He's started a trend now. So we're going to welcome in this wide shot we've got here, senior tri-captains, linebacker Nick Ostrowski, running back Sean McAllen, and defensive back Sam Casey. Guys, welcome and congratulations on that 7-0 start.
Thanks a lot, Frank. Thank you.
Well, so guys, let's talk first football. This season has been kind of a dream season. We've chronicled the large senior class that you have. Is this senior class, what did you guys say to each other coming into the season? What is it, like 35 seniors or something like that, the largest ever? What did you guys say coming into the season that might have helped lead into this kind of start? We'll start with Nick. We'll go left to right on this.
My left. This our left.
My left. Sorry, guys. My left.
I feel like we just really stressed the accountability of the whole team. During the summer, we kind of stressed being together and doing the lifts together. I know me and Sam were local here in Worcester. I worked right in Southbridge. I think Southborough, and he worked out of Milford. So we had a couple guys around here, and we got together. We made sure to do our runs. And I feel like the chemistry kind of started there.
Guys, I'm going to concur with that, I would guess. But, the chemistry really seemed to build up. I want to kind of take things in order here, JB, real quick, if I can. With the RPI game, which was, a 6-3 final in your favor. Sean, that was just such a grind-out kind of game that could have gone either way. These are types of games that in the past WPI has both won and lost. What were you saying in that game, and what did that game mean to you guys ultimately?
Well, during the game, it was just pretty much it was play-by-play, like inch by inch, and we just grind out a win together because we believe in each other. We believe in our brothers right beside each other because we know if we're going to do our job right, they're going to do their job right. Then it really gave us some momentum going into NEWMAC play.
Well, Sean, I'll go back to you, and then I got a question for Sam. But so what's going on with the offense? Because you guys racked up 66 points last Saturday. It's one of the biggest offensive outputs I think in the history of your program to go along with the best start. Earlier in the season, you guys, you were kicking field goals to beat teams, and now you're blowing them out. What has happened with the offense that has you guys clicking? And I know the offensive line just got the D3 Football Team of the Week nod, so I'm sure they have a big part of it. But what else is going on with you guys that's really helping the offense click so much?
We definitely have a lot of senior leadership on the offense, and we've pretty much just been grinding all week. Dwayne's been throwing the ball well. Offensive line's been blocking real well, and receivers getting open, and now we're just working together, and whatever's working. Because last year we had a bunch of injuries. This year everyone's healthy, knock on wood, and we're just playing well right now.
Sam, so you've been with this program for 4 years now. A couple of years ago, you guys had a great 9-2 season. You're 7-0 right now. What do you see as some of the parallels between that New England Bowl team that you guys had during your sophomore season, and what's different about what you guys have going on now in 2019?
I think it's definitely the attitude of the players, kind of like even off the field, just who we are. Coach Rob will say that 9-2 team had a little bit of swagger, that almost like we didn't know how to lose once we started rolling. So I definitely see some similarities, but I also think every team's different. All 4 seasons that we've been here, we've had a different identity. So Coach Rob always talks about that, finding our identity, And we definitely found it early on this year. We're doing some good things, and we just got to win each week.
The conference is kind of an oddity at this point in time because normally a team sitting atop the conference is the only team that can really and truly control their own destiny to a certain degree, at this point at least. MIT, actually, though, we figured out by doing some very complex math. You wouldn't have been impressed with this. If you go watch the host chat show, don't get bored with how long this took.
Yeah, right.
Basically, MIT controls their own destiny as much as you do right now. So this game this week is pretty darn huge for you guys. Nick, you've seen these games before. You've seen MIT before. What's on the line here? What do you guys feel in terms of the pressure of a game like this coming up, and how do you react to it?
I think the way kind of to react to a game like this, just kind of take it like any other game and prepare the same way that we have been from prior weeks, and put a good week of practice in. Because, you could say there's a little bit more, I don't know what's the word, juice going on at practice, just because it's kind of a rivalry game between the engineers in Cambridge and the engineers in Worcester. But these games always can come down to the wire. In the last couple we've been a part of, so it's going to be real fun. I'm excited.
Yeah, we need to get like a new version of an updated transit trophy for this one, or some kind of the slide rule trophy, or the I don't know. But Sam, for you as a defensive back, you're going to be going up against a different quarterback in Mock. He's relatively new to the NEWMAC, and although there are certain familiar faces like their running back Robertson and so on. What have you seen so far from MIT that is similar to last year, and what looks a little different based on some of the personnel changes?
Yeah, definitely losing moved on. He was a pretty good player. We contained him pretty well the last couple of years, though. Pretty big similarity, that new QB, he switched to number 10. He might be trying to get some moved on magic there. But he's a pretty good player. Definitely, we respect him pretty well. They definitely have more balanced attack this year. They like to run the ball. So, but who doesn't like to run the ball? But Mock's definitely capable to throw it deep. He's got a good ball, good accuracy. We just got to respect our opponent and take him lightly, even though it's his first year starting for them.
So, guys, I'm noticing some trends in certain things with WPI. I want to go through a couple of things if I can. And I'm going to rely on Nick and Sam to answer this question, actually. So, Sean, sit back, relax for a second. But I'm noticing a little bit of, I guess it's not sibling rivalry, but we'll go there, between Sean and Connor Field with the stats lately. And, Connor Field seems to have a small edge going on right now. Nick, Sam, who's the better running back? Is it Sean or is it Connor?
Me and Nick always say, if you really want some production on the offensive end, put us to
that's right.
So we kind of tell them, every day telling them that, but we're stuck with these two idiots, and Sean and Connor.
Oh my!
I'm just fine, but they both got speed, they both got power. Even though Connor, we kind of talked Connor's nickname, the power back, into existence since freshman year, when he actually wasn't the power back. So it's kind of funny how
that's actually Frank. That's actually a term of endearment if you're from New England. These guys were probably little boys when the Red Sox first won the World Series in 2004, but they were a bunch of idiots too. So, let's have a little fun here. Sean, I noticed when you look through the WPI roster, your teammate Sam here, he's got a pretty intense look.
Like that?
It's Halloween. It's Halloween tomorrow. Is he really? Is that is this guy on all the time? Is he like the Wolverine back there, like clobbering people as a safety? And that's a pretty intense. That's a Halloween kind of gaze. What is this guy knocking you guys down left and right in practice, or what's going on there?
Definitely in camp, but in practice now, it goes a little light. I'm definitely super lucky I don't have to play him on Saturdays.
Yeah, Coach tells me to beat up on the guys a little bit. You know, I got hands off the merchandise. Can't touch that.
You want to know the funniest thing? James and I did not even talk about that question because I had that picture ready to go for my next question. That was kind of funny. So it's quite a unique photo there, Sam. So I'm a little scared myself. Okay, guys, here's another question for you. Julian Nyland. Everybody talks about the running backs at WPI. Here's this. How tall is Julian? He seems like a wee lad on the field when I look at the game film and whatnot. But I mean, he's 6'2", so he's bigger than that. It must be bad camera angles going on for him. But he doesn't get the same attention that, let's say, the running backs get on the offense. Is he worthy of the attention, or is this, he's good. He hands the ball off a lot, and every so often we let him get a touchdown passing. How does it work over there in the offense?
He's definitely worthy. Like for last game against Merchant Marine, we definitely had to pass the ball to open up the run. So he's definitely like a great quarterback. We have a lot of trust in him, and it doesn't matter who's scoring points or who's getting yards on the team as long as we win the game.
Nick, I'm not buying this 110% though. I mean, who do you trust more with the ball, the running backs or the quarterback at the end of the day?
Hey, that's out of my hands. I'm a defensive guy. Hands off.
They're just trying to get interceptions.
That's right.
So, guys, history being made, things could go off the rails at any point in time. Ultimately, with even one loss, if you're not careful. What defines now a successful season when we go to the rearview mirror? I'm going to ask each one of you three. We'll start with Sam and go the other way this time. What for each one of you defines a successful season? Now staring at 7-0, but with 3 pretty good games to go here for your team.
I think just for now, beating MIT. Right now that's all we can really focus on. Can't really look ahead. You definitely see what we've done. Yeah, we have 7 wins, but those don't matter right now. And you can win the day all week and then not really show up on Saturday. So it's all about showing up on game day. And successful season right now would mean beating MIT and getting 8-0.
Sean?
Yeah, we're never really looking ahead, never content with ourselves, grinding every week in practice and just taking it day by day.
Yeah, I mean, they pretty much said it out of my mouth too. I feel like we all have the same attitude here with taking it day by day and going 1-0 this week.
See, Rob's got him trained well, Frank.
Indeed. Well, it's that point in the program here. I want to make sure I wasn't going to cut JB off there, but I believe, guys, that with 3 of you, we've got plenty of possibilities right now coming up in shout-outs. Maybe Sam wants to shout out the photographer of his player photo there, and the fact that Rusty kept it in the lineup at that. Rusty's got a kind of a good sense of humor. Yeah, anybody got a good Rusty Egan story among the 3 of you?
He hasn't tried out for kicker again, has he? I mean, I saw that on YouTube a couple of years ago. That didn't go so well.
Rusty's one of your biggest fans, though, guys, as you guys know that. Here's your chance to give him and many others shout-outs. We'll go back to starting. Let's start with the running back, and then we'll go to the 2 defensive guys this time. So, Sean McAllen, you start. Give some shout-outs to any friends, family, teammates, or whomever may be watching here on In the Huddle.
I guess shout-out to all the seniors. Shout-out to the whole rest of the team. We love you guys, and we can't wait to go to practice today, baby. Shout-out to, I guess, Mom and Dad. It's always a good one.
That's good. Nick?
Shout-out to CMAC, number 5'4", for getting his first touchdown last week. That was pretty fun play. And also, shout out Mom and Dad. Thanks for the support.
Sam?
Yeah, definitely got to shout out the parents there a little bit. Seniors. My roommate, Steve May, big 4'3", doing a lot last week, playing like 3 or 4 different positions. So he's very versatile. Definitely then Steve Peterson, Because I know what he'd say here. He'd say we're just a bunch of average guys doing above average things.
That's right.
So,
Okay, Sam. Before I take the camera off you, though, I really want you to try to match this look right now to send us out when we go back on you. Let's see what we got here. Come on, man. Here we go.
Here we go.
That's just how I look.
No, you look a lot more. Oh, there you go. That was pretty
There
good.
it is.
Yeah, you'll see it.
He's going to be bringing it on Saturday.
Yeah, MIT is going to get to see a whole lot of that, I think, this Saturday, as JB is saying. But guys, congratulations. We've been obviously WPI fans per se for a long time because we used to do the Liberty League and only the Liberty League back in the old days, back when you were freshmen, actually, I would say. And then we went to the East region, but we've always been a little soft for you guys to see it go to this point. We've had a lot of 3-0 starts in the history and maybe even a 4-0 start once or twice, but 7-0, unheard of. There is one question I got to ask you, and I have to make a confession to you guys. I believe you're one of the few remaining undefeated teams nationally not ranked in the D3Football.com Top 25 poll. And I will admit, you are not on my ballot currently. How does that make you feel? Nick?
Just a poll.
Yeah.
We can only control our destiny, so.
Yeah. We can't really control the opinions of others. So, I mean, we can just control what we can control and go out to have a good practice today,
Well, send that word through because Lord knows I make good bulletin board material. Apparently Wilkes used me last week, so and they got a big win against Misericordia. So let's see what happens with WPI against MIT coming up this weekend. Guys, thanks for joining us and good luck out there.
Oh, yeah, one more shout out. My man Bradfield, our team weatherman, and the rest of the WPI faithful. We love them.
Yeah.
Your team weatherman.
Well, and if things keep going well, Frank, they're going to need that weatherman because they could end up hosting a first-round NCAA playoff game if the way things pan out the way I think they might. So, pretty exciting times up there in Worcester, and should be a great game this weekend against those other Massachusetts engineers down the road.
Thanks again, guys, and thanks to C. Rob and Rusty for helping us set this up.
Yeah,
thanks for having us.
Thank you.